November Towers by Mike Muncy. Part 3. The Phantom of the 13th Floor. Isaac couldn't stop thinking about the journal. He left it closed on his glass desk, but his eyes kept flicking to it every time he passed by. The map, the red circle, the warning, it pulsed in the back of his mind like a siren wrapped in curiosity. He lasted 3 days. On the 4th morning, Isaac stepped into the elevator and, after a long hesitation, said, "Floor 13. The elevator didn't respond. He tried again, this time pressing the button manually. It lit up for half a second, then blinked out. Frustrated but determined, Isaac dug through the journal and found a clue tucked between the pages. Access requires reflection. He didn't know what that meant until he returned to the elevator and noticed a faint mirror panel in the corner, unlike any of the others. He stood in front of it, stared at his own reflection, and whispered, "Floor 13. This time, the elevator dropped 1 floor lower than it had ever gone before. No chime, no lights, just a hiss as the doors opened. The hallway beyond was dark, lit only by flickering sconces that gave off no heat. The wallpaper was deep violet, fraying in places. The floor was carpeted in what looked like stars. The number plates on each door were tarnished brass. 1301, 1302. At 1303, he heard it. A voice. Isaac, Isaac Novermber. He froze. The door creaked open on its own. Inside, the room was filled with clocks. Hundreds of them. Wall clocks, pocket watches, digital displays, even a sundial basking in a beam of artificial light. In the center sat a woman in a green velvet dress, spinning the hands of a grandfather clock backwards. She turned to him slowly. Her eyes were different colors, one silver, one gold. "You found the floor no one is meant to find," she said. "He always said you would." "He who? A Phineas?" "I am a Times archivist. A Phineas visited me often. He knew the tower was more than just a monument. He built it to contain the echoes of his travels, echoes that occasionally grow restless." She pointed to the clocks. "These are not timepieces, they are anchors. Without them, the tower would drift." Isaac tried to process that, but his brain refused to cooperate. "You're saying the tower moves?" "Not in the way you understand, but yes. Time, space, memory, they bend within these walls." She walked toward him, handing him a small pocket watch. It was shaped like a compass, but the needle spun without stopping. "You'll need this soon," she said. "The tower has begun testing you, but the real trial is still to come." The lights dimmed further. A soft static began to rise. The same glitching sound he'd heard that first elevator ride. "Leave this floor before it remembers you," she warned. Isaac didn't argue. He backed out and ran for the elevator. When the doors finally shut, he leaned against the wall, panting. The compass watch in his hand began to glow. Back in the penthouse, Isaac scribbled everything he could remember into the journal. He didn't understand half of it, but he knew one thing. A Phineas hadn't just built a tower. He'd built a puzzle, and somewhere deep inside it, something was waking up. By Mike Muncy.